What is the pineal gland, third eye? The idea of activating this dormant function within the eyebrow region of our face has been a hallmark of numerous esoteric circles, mystery schools, religions, and other spiritual endeavors for thousands of years. The idea that there is something physical which connects the mysteries of consciousness and higher thinking to the body is something that excites and intrigues people when they first hear about it, because traditionally we have been taught that we have no soul. A lot of ideas have been put forth about the pineal gland, but they are always in this separated and cut off context. To understand the pineal gland, one has to remember that our existence is multidimensional. Higher self is truly who we are. The higher self exists on a dimension in which all beings pilot this body form. When one is not aware of higher self and is cut off from themselves, the pineal gland begins to shrivel up from misuse. This is one of the main reasons why we have been cut off from our own divinity. The neocortex fourth brain pineal gland is responsible for inputting new signals to be interpreted and stored by the third brain. The neocortex is also a psychic conduit between the hyperdimensional singularity and the medium physical body. When we stabilize our brain's electromagnetic activity by uniting the two hemispheres, we reconnect our brain to the hyperdimensional singularity and enable the prana flow to enter the innermost part of our body. The pineal gland, once no longer rendered ineffective by our disharmonious brain functions, beliefs, diet, etc., is allowed to resume its functions as an energetic portal or stargate for the torsion field emanating from this singularity and creating your energy body, providing that it is stimulated by one in whom the process has already occurred. The pineal gland, also in collusion with the hypothalamus, regulates the body's thirst, hunger, desire, lust, other drives, and biological clock that regulates aging. So, with that in mind, one can ascertain that it's like a governor on an engine, in the sense that it regulates conscious evolution by allowing the consciousness a means to overcome and change its habits and reprogram itself by allowing integration with consciousness and divinity once more. As mentioned before, the pineal gland is a conduit between higher dimensions which leak energy through into the physical, allowing the Merkaba light body to begin to form. The different creational energies of the higher dimensions are expressed as the colors of the rainbow. Drunvala Melchizedek says in his book, The Ancient Secrets of the Flower of Life, that just as our physical eyes can look up to 90 degrees away from its said direction that they face, the pineal gland can also look up to 90 degrees away from its direction. Just as we can't look through the back of our heads, the pineal gland cannot look downward to the earth. As the pineal gland is stimulated through Shaktipat meditation with one in whom it is active, we begin to see a bright white light. Later, it begins to turn the color of your soul's density level primarily, but will fluctuate depending on your emotions in conjunction with the colors of your chakra centers. As this energy is emanating through portals from a higher dimension, when one does Shaktipat meditation, the energy flows down from the soul plane, where we are one, and pours into the pineal gland. The pineal gland contains in it a portal to all dimensions, known as the blue pearl, so it's highly common for initiates to begin to see visions of places and fantastical things, such as angels and fairies. It connects to a timeless montage of the memory of the earth and all other worlds. In addition, Thoth mentions in the Emerald Tablets that when you die and your pineal gland is electromagnetically active, you will retain your memory evermore and never forget who you are again. The loss of this pranic current is what caused us to lose our memory of who we are to begin with. The old adage, as above, so below, is important to remember with the pineal gland. If all worlds and places lie within, then what you create within can be created around you. This is how you begin to visualize and work with the Merkaba body. The pineal gland is a universal tool of consciousness to completely evolve and then move safely through itself, once finished, into a higher density, like the boosters on a space shuttle. Beginning to work with the pineal gland usually only takes a single Shaktipat meditation and continues by feeding the mind with gnosis or divine wisdom, by reading the books such as the Kabbalion or other hermetic or philosophical religious books, and beginning to unite the hemispheres in non-duality and neutrality. It's very important to do Shaktipat meditation along with studying the gnosis and practicing letting go of ego attachments and surrendering the need to control your life or others' lives and letting your love be free. To summarize, be yourself. The question needs to be, who am I? Until your brain's two hemispheres are united and you see that you are God also. As you begin activation, you will begin to feel many strange and wonderful effects. Activation during the Shaktipat meditation happens due to exposure from the higher dimensional energy. The pineal gland acts as a gate between the soul plane in which we all exist as oneness and the physical plane where we receive this energy through the pineal gland and translate it into the energy body. Activation of the energy body is the same as the processes of alchemy, which led to the transmutation and creation of the Philosopher's Stone. Each chakra holds the archetype of a necessary transformative element to propel the consciousness upward in vibration and evolve. Upon working with each one, we reconnect to the archetypes of God consciousness. Each of the archetypes can be played to in order to produce a response in one of the chakras. The third eye chakra's archetype is very important. In many Eastern spiritual practices, the third eye chakra is the first step into spirituality. This is because it plays such a crucial role. The third eye chakra enables the initiate to begin working with the spiritual energy by tapping into the source, as well as to begin to work with the gnosis and transform him or herself. The third eye is the seed of increased awareness, which is what spirituality is all about. It enables the initiate to see everything from the perspective of divinity, to see the oneness and unity in all things at all times, to always be aware, and thereby permanently raise the level of one's consciousness. When one begins to first work with the third eye chakra, the usual symptoms are a tingling on top of the eyebrow region, accompanied by headaches in the front of your head, or other unusual pressures or vibrations. These usually last only for a day or a week, until the initiate begins to experience a welling of energy flowing over their eyebrows consistently. Once there is a continuous welling of energy, it begins to overflow from the pineal glands into the rest of the energy body. In one alchemical text, they liken it to clouds of moisture forming and then producing rain. The experience of activating the energy body is absolutely transformative. This is the energy that flows through all things and creates all things, and when it enters your life, you will know it.